Hi, I am Debbie Reekie. I'm one of the Senior Associates in the Family Law team at BTO Solicitors. I am here today to answer a question of the day, which today is on child maintenance. And if you have been furloughed or you are on a reduced salary as a result of COVID-19, whether you still have to pay child maintenance. I think the quick answer to that question is you probably will still have to pay child maintenance, although the amount you're paying could potentially be reduced. How you do that, how you reduce it, will depend on whether your case has been progressed through the child maintenance service or whether you and your partner were able to come to a private agreement about the amount of child maintenance that you were paying. If you and your partner entered into a private agreement in relation to the amount of child maintenance payable, that will likely be contained within a minute of agreement or a separation agreement. Whether and how you would go about changing that will ultimately depend on the terms of the minute of agreement. Some agreements, for example, will have a clause to vary if there's a change in circumstances. Once we see the terms of the agreement, then we'll be able to give quite clear advice on that. Generally speaking, however, your first option really would be to renegotiate the amount of child maintenance that you're paying and come to a new agreement. Depending on your relationship with your former partner, you may be able to discuss and agree a new amount yourselves based on your new earnings. You may also find it helpful to utilise the calculator on the Child Maintenance Service website. The benefit in coming to an agreement directly with your partner rather than using the Child Maintenance Service is that you can be quite creative about the solution that you come to, and you can make sure it's something that still meets the needs of everyone in your family. It's really important, I think now more than ever, that we're all in a new and quite uncertain and challenging environment, that everyone works as hard together as they can on these kinds of things. You should ensure that any new agreement that you reach with your partner is, however, supplemented with some legal advice. You could also get the solicitor to draft the agreement as well. That will help provide you with protection and certainty should there be any dispute in the future. For example, if your former partner turns around and says that there was never a new agreement reached at all. My advice generally is to be open and honest about any change in your financial circumstances and to raise it with your former partner as soon as you realise it's an issue. Open the channels of communication as much as you possibly can. It's understandably very difficult if you rely on a weekly or a monthly payment from a former partner and that is reduced. However, it's also very difficult if you are in a situation where you have been furloughed or you're looking at losing your job. It's therefore, I think, quite important to be sensitive to these issues and to try and work together to reach a resolution. If communication is difficult between you and your partner, then you can look at alternative dispute resolution methods. You could have negotiations through your solicitor, you could use a collaborative lawyer, you could mediate on the issue, or you could even go to arbitration. At the moment, all of these options are still available using telephone, email, video calls. So you can take steps to resolve any kind of issue that might arise despite the lockdown. If you pay child maintenance through the Child Maintenance Service, then you should alert them to any change in your circumstances just as soon as possible. Broadly speaking, a reassessment will be carried out by them if your income has altered by at least 25%. That means that someone on furlough who is receiving 80% of their salary will still be expected to meet the full amount of child maintenance payable. The advice from the Child Maintenance Service is that if you can't afford to pay the full amount, you should pay as much as you can. If you're unable to meet the full amount and you pay a lesser amount each week or month, then you must keep a very careful note and record of any payments made. You also need to be aware that if there's a shortfall, then the Child Maintenance Service could pursue you for that by, for example, arresting your bank account or your wages. It's therefore, I think, important to update the child maintenance service with any new salary information, and also your partner. The other thing to be aware of is that if you currently share the care of your children, and that has, because of the COVID, altered temporarily, the child maintenance service are suggesting that they will not reconsider the child maintenance liability, because it's only a temporary change. My advice, however, is that you still should report any change to the child maintenance service just to keep yourself right. And if you're in any doubt, then please come and speak to us, and we can give you further advice on that.